continue this show, we bring in the head coach of the South Range volleyball team, Kathy Komara. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, great to be here.
Very unique situation with how you took control of this program, and we all know what Coach Irons is going through and why he had to step away, and a little bit about the series of events that led to you coming back and taking this program. I know you were the coach a couple of years ago, and now you're coming back to kind of help out.
Sure. I had left the area to take a different career out of town, and then unfortunately because of COVID we began working remote. So I was in town, but actually had gone ahead and did I was actually going to be an official this year, so I went and registered, and then the school reached out and I talked to TJ, and it seemed like a perfect fit for me to come and fill in for him this year. I consider it kind of like a substitute teacher for the year, and TJ's still very involved. He's behind the scenes helping us, but the day-to-day things I'm able to step in and help out. And it's been great because I knew even the younger girls, I've known them from, kids camp. And so it's been an easy transition back in, and the girls and the program and the leadership have all been very supportive.
I don't think it's any question that what's going on over there in South Range is more than the sport of volleyball right now. Talk to me a little bit about how the girls are rallying right now, and a little bit about their energy and their mentality for this season.
Oh gosh, they have done a fabulous job stepping up all together. I have a variety of girls age-wise, and I have, we're a community. I think about even my own kids growing up with TJ's family, and the community comes together. And so, sure, you might have your different dynamics, but all the way to, we wear our Team Iron shirts, we do fundraisers, the spirit and energy pulls together every day. It's been a chilling, like I tell them all the time, every time I watch them do something, even the other day beating Boardman, I'm like, you all are just coming together. And I think it level sets you, and you realize that things are bigger than just yourself. And the girls have really matured and see that every day. So it's been pretty powerful.
How important do you think it was to have someone like you who knows the program, knows all the girls, come in and take this spot instead of someone that from the outside, or someone that maybe isn't as familiar with everything that the program has, all the girls that are in the program? I imagine it's a big boost to have someone come in that has been there and knows the girls personally.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was there's a ton of coaches out there, and there's a ton of young coaches that are looking to get into different schools. I think for me, it was a matter of I wasn't coming in to change anything. They have an outstanding program. They have an outstanding group of girls. TJ and Kaylee did a lot of level setting last year. And so I came in with, I'm just going to kind of continue the lead. I'm not coming in to make any major changes. I'm mindful and respectful of where the girls are and what they need to do. And, we're lucky. We have a lot of kids that play off season all year. So I really get to enjoy creating the team with them and making sure that they can continue to grow as athletes. So for me to come in, it was just a perfect transition. And I, I'm very well aware that, and whatever I can do to support them next year, but, this is just like I said, almost like a substitute teacher for the year. And hopefully what I'm doing for TJ is creating a solid path for the girls to continue with their success.
I think for you guys to be successful in volleyball this season, it's going to come down to how you play against the NE8. Talk to me about how tough that NE8 conference is, and how you guys are going to need to play to be able to be competitive against that tough NE8.
Yeah. When we joined the NE8, we knew that we were, the one strong thing about being in that program is that we get pushed all year. We never get the luxury of letting down our guard. And sure, do we have some on and off nights? Yes. But I think it shows us that, yeah, we have good skills, we have good fundamentals, but now it's time to get, we need to increase our pace. We need to get stronger at anticipating what's happening on the other side and reacting quicker. So that's what we're focused on with the girls right now, is how do we speed it up? How do we make sure that we trust what we're seeing and we take advantage of the court? And you know, that's what we said to even Maria Primavera the other day. You know what? A kill doesn't always have to be slamming the ball down. And her maturity level and how she plays the game, she'll tip it over the net. She'll look for holes in the court. Julia Blasco is just following right behind her. They're doing a great job of knowing what's going on, but we just got to get quicker and we got to get to the block. Our number one defense has got to be block, not, I've got it. Reagan Irons back there to dig the ball, but they need to block it for her too.
Yeah, and you lost one of the area's best blockers from last year in Izzy Lamparty. But you got some new people stepping up. Ali Sauerwein is starting to develop into a strong blocker. What kind of things have you seen from the development of that net defense and trying to, you don't replace an Izzy Lamparty, but trying to just kind of fill that hole a little bit?
Yeah, Ali and Hannah are doing a great job of being aware that it's their job to speed that up. I think a lot of times you focus so much on your defense and serve, receive, and where's the defense. We play like a perimeter defense, so you got those three girls ready to go, and but they need to remember that the first line of defense is our block. And I think, like I said, Hannah and Ali, they're both, they're working with even Maddie Dato. She's young, and you figure she's on that left side, Brianna Heiner. So being mindful of where they're setting up that block and the quickness of Ali and Hannah reading what's going on is really going to be key for us.
Get this working. There we go. All right. Looking at for this upcoming season too. I mean, we already know what you guys have been able to do. You guys have pretty much powered your way through a lot of tough games early on. We know the Boardman wins, the Struthers, the Southeast wins. Coming up against two tough opponents, though, you had your West Branch and your Jefferson loss. Now you're coming up against one of the toughest in the NE8 in Lakeview, but you do get them at home. This is one of those big statement games against one of the NE8's best and one of volleyball's best. Preview this Lakeview game a little bit for me and talk to me about what you expect from the Lakeview team and what you need to do for South Range to come away on top of this one.
Yeah, Lakeview, every year I give them a lot of credit. She runs that program well, and she does a nice job of building every year. Those girls, it's a lot to do with confidence too. We've got to get right up there with Lakeview right off the start. If we make a mistake, we've got to move on. We can't be, falling down and just kind of taking the hits from them. We've got to stay aggressive. Even, the other schools we play, you see, when we start to take an easy, like maybe safe pass over, that's when we're set up to struggle. So we just need to go in strong. And in the next couple of days, we're just really going to work on teamwork and confidence, and like I said, running that block and making sure we're getting in front of them. That's the thing. We have to look just as strong. So they're going to underestimate us. That's going to be an advantage for us. But then we're going to have to go in strong just right from the start. Lakeview, like I said, it doesn't matter. They run a quick defense or a quick offense, and their serve's consistent. Everything they do is consistent. So we've just got to go point to point with them. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we can be competitive, and we definitely have the girls that can win against Lakeview. They're not unbeatable.
We've talked about your net defense. We've talked about your hitters, but you have two setters that are both returning with experience in Sarah Coons and Jamie Farron. And the history of South Range setting has been a really good one. Madison Juliet, Emily Irons, and now the Farrons, and now Jamie and Sarah. I mean, the program has been blessed with just really good setters, and no different this year.
Yeah, both the girls, they're very consistent, and we've done a little bit of tweaking with them to see who do they set better, who's more comfortable with them, and I think we have that down. The other advantage we have, I mean, typically the opponent's going to try to take out our setter so that we're out of system. So the other nice thing that we have for us is, Reagan being able to take that second ball and give us options, because every time, we run a 6-2, so we have a lot of options on the net. And Jamie and Sarah are they're still both young, but they're very coachable. They know what's going on in the court, and the girls really appreciate them. What we've been doing with them, though, is making sure that they're working on their defense too. So we have options. We always want to make sure, even if the setter's out, that we have an option to take a hit off the ball. So I love watching their energy. I love watching them get excited about what they do. We just, we're continuing to work on placement of the ball and court awareness. The other night, just letting Sarah know when everybody's bunched up on one side, just getting that move over, and she's doing a nice job of following through with that.
It's almost poetic knowing that you come back for a year and sort of a last dance, kind of last ditch effort to kind of come back coaching for a year. Talk to me a little bit about, because this is a question I ask every coach, because usually coaches are their longevity, and it's what do you think your favorite thing is going to be at the beginning of the season, and we compare it to the end of the season. But for this one, we're going to have to change it up a little bit. What do you think your favorite thing is going to be about just coming back to South Range for this 1 year?
I think that my favorite thing about coming back this year is truly, well, first of all, it's being able to give back to the school and be there. It means a lot to me to have TJ's support and him and his girls and everybody wanting me to be back there. What I love about it is that they were young when I was there. So I get to watch these girls do it. And honestly, I know we've had a lot of great teams out of South Range, but the talent we have, if we can just pull them together, it's the best I've seen.
Talk about the coaches that are in this program from the middle school level to Coach Luckland as your assistant, and what kind of the coaches bring to this program, because we know as much as the head coach gets the praise and the limelight, they can't do it without a great staff.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the nice thing, especially with Kaylee, to have her, technically she's an assistant, but I look at her like a co-coach. Her passion for the game, her, the way she used to play, her experience, the fact that she always puts the kids first, and that we want to win, and we want our kids to be the best they can, not just as athletes, but as humans. So she's just a great person to coach with, and I love having her support and her court awareness and just the way we partner up and back and forth. And then the 7th and 8th grade program, those ladies are really looking at trying to build the kids and promote volleyball as, a sport that, they can not just play during the season, but that they can play off season. And so I think that helps the program too, because, programs in the area who are doing well have a lot of kids that play the club travel ball. So the fact that they put the energy, Savannah and Marissa put the time in to coach those girls is outstanding. And we're fortunate to have them, as well as the athletic department and everybody that supports us.
Coach, my final question for you as we wrap up, or I wrap up my portion of the questions for this interview, and you could give me as much as you want. You could go as far as with this question as you want. What do you look to do different being Coach South Range 2.0 from the first time you were there?
I think what I look at different is the pushing the girls past where they're at right now, and really getting them to see that they really can, in Division III, they can hold their own. And I think in the past, South Range has always kind of felt like we're good, but we're probably not as good as, maybe a Crestview or some of those other teams in the state that are going further. And I honestly, that's my goal. I want these girls to be strong athletes and realize their potential. So I think if I could do anything different, it's going to be not accepting like, oh yeah, well, we lost because of X. We've got it, and we need to push through it and get aggressive. So that's going to be my primary. I want to see them go to state. I'm just going to throw it out there. I want them to go all the way. So they deserve it, and this group of girls needs to get there.
And when you look at this team and the players and the adverse situation that everyone's going through, what do you think is one thing that you would want these girls to take away from this year after it's over?
I think if they can walk away realizing the value of having other people around them, and that things are bigger than themselves. You know, have emotion, be confident, be willing to experience things with each other, trust each other, resolve conflicts. I just think knowing that things are bigger than yourself, and knowing that you're not alone, and knowing that communities are going to step up, and people and your friends, and, you know, like I said, you're going to have moments of ups and downs, but just knowing that you're not alone, I think they need to see that. And they need to know, yeah, everybody's got stats, everybody's got things they do well, but we're not going to do anything well if we're not all together. And I think that they're seeing that.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us on the road today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right, take care. Thank you.